I'm going to share with you something I'm pretty excited about. It's LaTeX. It's my favorite typesetting program. It's very powerful, very elegant. There are a few programs that I get excited about, and LaTeX is one of them, and it's absolutely free. You can make all sorts of documents using LaTeX, all of which are very professional looking, and I've done so. And one very nice thing about LaTeX is that it gives you PDF output. There are some other types that it can give you, but PDF, of course, is very widely used. Here are snippets from a dissertation that I wrote. You can see here the title, the table of contents. You can see how LaTeX typeset equations beautifully, and it has references and cross-references. Here's a scientific article I typeset in LaTeX, some select pages anyway. You can see the nice two-column format, the graphics, the references. The nice thing about LaTeX is that it's free. People will try to sell you LaTeX, but you should not have to pay for LaTeX. LaTeX is available on these major platforms that I've listed here. And you need two things. You need text software and editing software. Think of text software as the under the hood stuff that does the job. And editing software is a nicer interface. So for Windows and Linux, you'll install TechLive. And for Mac OS, you get MacTech. MacTech includes TechLive, but also provides a few extra Mac-specific tools, or tools specific to that distribution anyway. And for front ends or editors, well, for Windows, you can get MicTech. Now, MicTech is nice because if you install it, you also you get the installer. It'll install TechLive for you. I am a Mac user, so I use TechShop, and it's probably been my favorite. TechShop requires that you first install MacTech and then you install TechShop. And I think the same can be said for some of the other cross-platform software suites like Tech Studio, TechMaker, and LaTeX. Now, LaTeX is very special because while the model in all the other front ends is that you edit the source code and then you compile your document, in LaTeX, it sort of gives you a preview of your document. So you're not necessarily editing source code rather than working with equations, and that can be a lot faster and easier than working in the other editors. However, I will point out that it's important to know the syntax and the commands before you work in something in LaTeX, so it's really helpful to know the others. Also, there are web-based solutions for LaTeX. You can get a free account on many of these websites. So let's talk about how to make basic LaTeX documents. We're going to make a Hello World document. It's just going to say Hello World, and there's a 1 at the bottom of the page because it's the page number and there's just one page. This is the finished product, but to make this, we need a source file. So this is a screenshot of my editor in TechShop on Mac. It shows the source file, helloworld.tex, and source files are nothing more than text files, usually with the extension tex for TechShop anyway. And typesetting commands within a source file begin with a backslash. If they require arguments, you can supply that information in braces. Comments don't get typeset, and you denote these using a %sign. Any LaTeX file requires certain things, and the first required part is the document class command. This defines what we call the preamble, which will be discussed more in another tutorial. And the document class requires a type. So if you want to do something simple, I recommend using the article document class or the report document class. If you are writing an extensive document, you can use book. Beamer is for making slides like PowerPoint slides. There are lots of custom classes, and you can even write your own classes. So this is very powerful, very flexible. The next part is the body. Every LaTeX source file requires a body, and the body is essentially a document environment. So begin and end give us an environment. So this is a document environment, and this is where the content that you want typeset will appear. Now there can only be one document environment in a text file that you want to compile. So anything that occurs after the first document environment will just be ignored by LaTeX and it will not get typeset for you. So to turn this into a document, we now have to compile it. And specifically in TextShop, to compile, I'm going to click the typeset in the upper left, or I can use Command T as a shortcut key. And then the result is going to be this page that's very simple. Just says hello world. So I'm also going to show you in one moment the actual compilation process. So let's go over to TextShop. I'm going to come here and click typeset, and here's a console that tells me status of the compilation and messages, and then here's my document itself. So that's kind of the process. You type the file, and then you compile it. Now, if you want to learn more about LaTeX, I recommend reading Getting Started with LaTeX. This is how I started. I also recommend Googling how to do whatever in LaTeX and finding and borrowing templates. So do a lot of copying and pasting, and you'll learn a lot about LaTeX from doing just that. I'm also going to provide some tutorials here in the near future on typesetting and equations, labels and cross-referencing, and basic graphics. So please, if you found this helpful, like or share or subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Bye now.